Welcome back to Cook Like a Viking. Today I'm so excited because I have a really special guest here. I've got a gentleman here who builds boats. Vikings had boats. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Thorberg.
Nice to meet you, Thorberg. I'm so happy you could join us here today. I know you've got good things to let us know. I know my husband Sheldon is a trader and he needs boats a lot. So I'm really glad that you can come out and let us know what he's getting into. Okay. First of all, can you tell me what kind of boats that we would have?
I build a variety of sizes and shapes. All the way down to the fairing, which is just a rowboat for a couple of people, up to maybe 25-30 feet long.
Ooh.
Most of them are half that.
Okay, and that's just for people?
Yes, that's if you want to go fishing in the bay or move stuff from your farm to market and it's just you, that kind of thing. And then the next two sizes are both quite large. The Nard is about 50 feet. It's used for cargo. It's a little on the chubby side is how you would describe it. Compared to the warship, it's quite short.
Okay.
It's very wide and very deep.
Ooh.
Compared to the warship anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to ships built by other peoples, say in the Mediterranean, it doesn't draft anywhere near as deep in the water as their ships do.
Okay.
But then you have the longship, which is long and very skinny and sits very shallow in the water so that they can go up rivers as shallow as a meter deep.
Wow. Would you be able to portage something like that?
Easily.
Wow.
The crew can just put it up on greased logs and ropes and pull it where it needs to go so you can jump from one river across some land and dump it into the next river.
Wow. Wow. How are boats built?
Start with a long, straight, solid keel of something very dense like oak.
Okay.
Then you put on the stern and prow stems, they're called, the risers that come up.
Yep.
And that would be done by wood joinery.
Okay.
And once that's solid, you start attaching the planks in an overlapping fashion. They're not butted edge to edge the way other nations build boats.
Okay.
Viking ships have plank overlap.
Oh. What does that do?
It allows the strength of the boat to be rested mainly in the planks. As a matter of fact, you build the planks up to the shape you need and you put in the supporting ribs after, which is the complete backwards way compared to how most people build ships.
Wow. I guess they would be, you could use them in oceans or rivers?
Yes, the Viking ships compared to their competitors are much shallower draft and they also flex in strong waves. A boat built by, say, Mediterranean peoples, if you took it out in the North Atlantic, it would snap like a twig.
Oh boy.
They're too stiff.
Well then, with Sheldon being a trader, I'm really glad he's on a boat that flexes. I don't want him to die. Awesome.
And having the ribs put in as an afterthought and relying on the planks for your strength means the boats are way, way lighter than other people's boats.
About how many men could you carry in the different boats?
So the cargo ship is designed to run mainly on sail power. It has very few oarlocks, just a few front and back. They're a lot of work to get them out of the harbor out into the open wind. But once they're rowing, they can do 5 knots.
Wow. They can sail and rope, right?
Mm-hmm. And because Viking ships are what's called square rigged, the way the sails are hung,
Okay.
they can get quite close to sailing into the wind,
Oh,
which makes them very good at evading capture by their enemies.
yes, I can imagine. So, uh, I guess it only sail during the day, right? And only when it's nice weather. No?
No, they
How do
will
you-
stop for night and put a sea anchor out, which is a large square of canvas on the end of a rope, so that the current's got it so it keeps the nose pointed in one direction.
Okay.
But no, they didn't necessarily let night stop them. If the stars were out and they could get their bearings, they would sail at night.
Well, I know we usually guide using the sun. What do you do if there's no sun?
Okay, this is a secret.
Oh no!
It's not to be confirmed,
Don't tell.
but it's said that some Vikings use what's called a sunstone, a piece of quartz that's translucent that polarizes light, so on a cloudy day you hold it up and look for where the sun is in the cloud deck, and your eyes won't spot the sun, but because that piece of stone is polarizing, you can see the sun through it and line up on it.
Wow. So I guess it's a Viking secret. So okay, I won't tell anyone.
It's conjecture.
Oh. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, let me take
Yeah.
that a little further.
Okay.
The long ships, the ships for war, are the opposite intent from the cargo ships. So the cargo ships are meant to sail through stormy weather with a very large, deep hold,
Okay.
so they can move a lot of cargo. The warships are long, skinny, and very shallow draft, and they have oars for all the crew members.
Wow.
And front and back, as the ship flexes upwards,
Yeah.
those oars are longer than the ones in the middle, so that when you have synchronized rowing, everybody's oar still hits at the same time.
That makes sense.
And they can get up some pretty good speeds just under oar power, which is why they're used for raiding, because they can hit an enemy beat quite quickly.
Wow. So how would you? I know you have some wood here. Show me what
Okay,
it does.
so I wanted to show you how the planks overlap. So I remember I said Viking ships are not built with the planks
Yeah.
done edge to edge. So I've carved a groove in this plank,
Yeah.
and I would take twisted cow hair covered in tar to make kind of a sticky cord and lay it in that groove, and then when I put this piece of plank over it, I would then put my nails through as rivets. Where they come out the other side, I will put a rivet on and then bend the nail tip over, and that tarred cord acts as a gasket between to waterproof the seam.
Oh wow.
And the nails you put through, one of the other secrets to the flexibility of the ship is use as few as you can get away with, widely spaced.
Okay.
That's what many other peoples use, a lot of nails holding their ships together, which is what makes their ships rigid, which is why they break up in storms.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Plus, it would be expensive to get to make all the nails and stuff.
Yes, we use fewer nails. Oh, and another important thing, to get the maximum strength out of the wood, it's all done making the planks are split with hammers and wedges.
Oh.
We have saws, but we rarely use them because carved split wood from planks made in that fashion with just the wedges is way stronger than planks that are sawn.
Wow.
And it's very important then, if you're not going to saw the wood, that you go look at the trees you're going to use to make the ship and go make sure that the pieces you need are already present in the shape of the tree so that you don't have to bend them.
That makes sense. So then you're like a tree whisperer.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you will grow intentionally a certain number of warped trees for curved parts and let the rest go straight for straight planks.
Wow, that was a lot of good information. Wish you could join us again one day. Thank you. Thank you for filling us in, and thank you for joining us today on Cook Like a Viking. See you next time. If you would like more information on the recipes and tools we use, check out our website at cooklikeaviking.com. Thanks for joining us today, and see you next time on Cook Like a Viking.